Good afternoon and thanks for having us in. The city of Inwood, Iowa is moving ahead with plans to tear down the remnants of the town's gymnasium that collapsed in late January. This is what's left of the gym after heavy snow caused the roof to cave in. A lone basketball hoop is pretty much all that's standing. The rest is a pile of twisted steel beams and siding.
Hard to tell right now, I mean, with the roof the way it is and the snow on it, but it was fairly decent sized, 60, 70 feet.
The city currently is taking bids from companies interested in tearing down the gym. We'll check on how the rest of City Hall is functioning in the aftermath of the collapse and what it took to remove all that snow from the rooftop tonight on KELOLAND News. A man who's been in and out of prison in Minnesota is in the Minnehaha County Jail, accused of pulling a knife on a man outside a Sioux Falls store. It happened yesterday on the southwest side of town. The victim called 911, and when officers arrived, they found 33-year-old Zachary Hayskamp nearby, and he allegedly still had the knife. He's charged with aggravated assault. We looked into his background, and he served prison time for robbery and making a terroristic threat in Minnesota. A man and woman are behind bars, and police are searching for a third person following a business break-in. It happened early this morning near the intersection off West Russell and North Westport in the northwest part of town. Police say the trio broke out windows and were running away when officers arrived. So far, they've made 2 arrests. The man and woman are charged with burglary and intentional damage to property. The Summit League Championships will feature a 5-day, 18-game event for the first time in conference history. The action gets underway today at the Denny Sanford Premier Center, and that's where we find KELOLAND Sports Director Grant Sweeter. Good afternoon, Grant.
Good afternoon, Dan. The Summit League tournament tips off in less than a half hour with the first game of this year's tournament. That matchup will see St. Thomas take on Western Illinois. On the women's side, the game will kick off this year's first round. The winner of the Friday's contest between St. Thomas and Western Illinois will advance to the quarterfinals to play SDSU, who completed an undefeated regular season in Summit League action. The second game on Friday will see the Denver women play Kansas City at 3 p.m. Just like the first game, the winner of that game will have to play on Saturday as NDSU awaits the victor. Now, the first round concludes later on tonight as the 2 men's first round games will be played. The SDSU men will await the winner of one of those games as well. And you can see highlights from today's action later this evening on KELOLAND News. Reporting live in Sioux Falls, Grant Sweeter, KELOLAND Sports.
Thank you, Grant. It's a great time of year to be a college hoops fan. Well, this weekend isn't just about basketball at the Sanford Pentagon. The Sioux Falls Development Foundation is using it as a recruitment event, too. The SFDF will hold a pregame career fair throughout the day Saturday at the Sioux Falls Convention Center. Students will have the opportunity to meet with local business owners and hear from SDSU and USD alumni working in Sioux Falls. Turning now to a first look at our forecast. We could get fairly warm today. Snow is eventually going to be part of our discussion, though, right, Scott?
Oh, it looks like for the second half of the weekend, we are watching snow to return. I would say mainly across north central and northeastern South Dakota. It's looking a lot like the system that just moved through earlier in the week. And we've had snow already in western and southwestern South Dakota. And that's our first stop here, and probably only stop, as we do take a look at KELOLAND Live Doppler HD. Still a couple of lingering snow showers. I think these will continue the weekend, before coming back later this afternoon and for this evening as that winter weather advisory continues for today. Total snowfall amounts, I would say around 3 to 6 inches. We are looking at that on Futurecast as we do go through the afternoon, and by the evening, I think that will try to become a little more widespread. You see that at 7 o'clock in western and southwestern South Dakota. Pretty good chance for another round of some snow to move through. We'll see how much of that holds as it tries to move to the east tonight into tomorrow morning. But look at the temperatures. Right now in Sioux Falls, we're already at 39. We have 31 in Huron, 30 in Aberdeen, 38 in Pierre, 39 in Winter, 46 in Phillip, and 42 in Rapid City. Winds are fairly light. They are a little stronger across western South Dakota as well as central KELOLAND. North wind in Pierre at 17, north wind to Rapid City at 14. We may have a couple of higher gusts from time to time. Temperatures today will hit the 30s and 40s. This will happen with relatively light winds in eastern and southeastern Kettleland. Then for tonight, temperatures fall to the teens and 20s. Will go mostly cloudy. And that forecast for tomorrow, we may start with some clouds or fog in eastern and southeastern Kettleland. They'll go away. We'll have sunshine during the day. We'll have numbers return to the 30s and 40s for afternoon highs. And we'll talk more about our snow chances this weekend coming up here in just a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Scott. President Joe Biden says he will visit East Palestine, Ohio, quote, at some point. And he released a statement backing new bipartisan railway safety legislation following last month's toxic train derailment. Environmental activist Aaron Brockovich was there Thursday as residents voiced their health concerns to representatives from the rail company, Norfolk Southern, at a town hall. The Environmental Protection Agency announced it will require the company to immediately test the area for environmental pollutants and will order an immediate cleanup if any are found. Less than 24 hours after a South Carolina jury convicted him of murdering his wife and 22-year-old son, disgraced attorney Alex Murdaugh learned his fate. A judge in South Carolina sentenced Murdaugh to life in prison without parole. Michael George reports.
Alec Murdaugh addressed the court before his sentencing Friday.
I'm innocent. I would never hurt my wife Maggie, and I would never hurt my son Pawpaw.
But the judge said the disgraced lawyer, who's admitted to stealing millions from his clients and firm, lacked credibility.
You can convince yourself about it, but obviously you have the inability to convince anyone else about that.
Moments later, Judge Clifton Newman sentenced Murdaugh to life in prison without parole for the murders of his wife Maggie and 22-year-old son Paul in June of 2021.
For the murder of Paul Murdaugh, whom you probably love so much, I sentence you to prison for murdering him for the rest of your natural life. Those sentences will run consecutive.
It took jurors less than 3 hours Thursday to convict him on all counts.
Guilty, verdict, verdict, guilty, verdict, guilty.
The swift verdict came after a 6-week trial where Murdaugh took the stand in his own defense and admitted to being at the crime scene minutes before the murders took place. Prosecutors say that decision to testify ultimately hurt him.
He's been manipulating people for decades, lying and manipulating to get his way, and I feel like he could do this to the jury. That's probably what he was thinking, but it blew up in his face.
Murdaugh also faces multiple charges for alleged financial crimes, some of which he admitted to during the trial. Michael George, CBS News.
Victims' family members, including the parents and sister of Maggie Murdaugh, declined to give impact statements before sentencing.